Hi guys, it's Jessica. It is a lovely, Wednesday morning, and it's a lovely Wednesday morning, and I'm on my way to work as usual, as you guys know. I've got my smoothie in hand, my breakfast. Well, I'm sorry for the camera angle. I know it's bad, but this is what we're working with right now, so we gotta make it happen, okay? So I wanted to make this video, and honestly, excuse me, I might get in trouble for making this video with the vegan community, because I feel like nobody really talks about the struggles, or maybe since they've been vegan for so long, you know, the famous vegan YouTube channels that we know and love, maybe since they've been vegan for so long, they kind of forgot that transition part from going from meat eating to vegan, and how people treat you and what you have to go through when you're going vegan. I feel like not that many people talk about it, or I haven't seen them talk about it. If you guys know videos of vegans talking about that transition and what to expect and what you're going through, then you can leave it down below so I can go watch it. But I want to make this video because I want my channel to be the real perspective of someone actually going vegan. I don't want this to be the channel where I just paint veganism as like the most perfect and 100%, like nothing's wrong with it, you'll be the happiest person in the world, and everything will be butterflies and rainbows. I don't want to do that because it's not realistic. The idea of being a vegan is the most wonderful thing I have ever come across. It's the most helpful to the environment, the most helpful to your body, the thing that's going to make you thrive, in life. But we also have to talk about social pressures, friends and family, yourself, your addictions, because we all know that this food is highly addictive. Salt is highly addictive, fat is highly addictive, and all these chemicals that they put in the food is highly addictive. So we have to talk about the fact that when you switch to veganism, it's gonna be hard for a period of time. And a lot of vegans, what they suggest is just keep yourself carb the fuck up. If you keep yourself carb, you won't feel the need to reach for these other foods, which is partially true. I think it's true with hunger. If you're ever hungry, you should carb the fuck up before you make bad decisions. Let's say it's not even about being hungry. It's about the fact that you can feel satiated, by eating a bunch of potatoes, but you're missing that flavor, you're missing that salt, you're missing that meaty taste. And it's almost like awful for you to say, because when you say, oh, that meaty taste, you're reminding yourself of why you went vegan, because of the way these animals are tortured. But at the end of the day, being 100% honest, the fact that these animals are tortured doesn't make them taste any less delicious. The fact that your milk has pus in it doesn't make it taste less delicious, because obviously it wouldn't sell if it tasted like pus. If your meat tasted like putrefaction and feces, it wouldn't sell. So obviously we have to attack this at the root, and it's the fact that it tastes good regardless of how it was raised or anything. Bacon is bacon, and ribs are ribs, and steak is steak. So I personally have to say, yeah, it's been hard. Monday through Friday, it's not really a struggle for me. I just have my smoothie, I have my lunch that I brought, I have my dinner when I get home, and it's no big deal. Honestly, I'm not too tempted by things on a regular, let's say, Monday through Friday basis. But when the weekend rolls around and you have lunch with your friends or dinner with your friends, I'm so sorry that this is like shaking. Okay, well, excuse me. And you have lunch with your friends, you have birthdays, people offering you cake, you go out with your friends to a restaurant that sells a lot of meat and steaks, and the options, I mean, there's one pasta dish that you can say no chicken, like a tomato pasta. Almost that's like the safest thing I can say when you go to a restaurant. Look for that one pasta dish with tomatoes that you can take out the chicken, or that you can take out the shrimp. That is my easiest advice as a vegan. You'll be eating pasta every time you go out, but that's something delicious. It looks like a normal meal. You don't look like a freak, and you're still eating vegan. But that's not the point. The point is that, let's say they have a tomato pasta with steak on top, and you were a big steak lover. It's hard to say, no steak. Or I love going to the Cantina, which is kind of like Chipotle. It's Mexican. You go down the line, you get the bowl burrito, same thing. Some people argue which one's more delicious, but honestly, I don't want to get into a fight. I think they're both really good. But I used to love going to Cantina for lunch. It was right next to my job, and I used to get the steak rice bowl. Now, I mean, I've gotten the same rice bowl, meatless, a bunch of times. It's delicious. It really is. I get it with white rice, black beans, guacamole, pico de gallo, cilantro, and there's this mango peach salsa that they have. It's super flavorful. It's delicious. It really is. And it's 100% vegan. But from time to time, you kind of start to miss the steak on top, even though it really doesn't add anything really amazing. But it's that mental addiction to meat, and which I feel like somebody has to address in the vegan community. It's that it's okay to feel that. And what happens, let's say, okay, I'm going to share a personal story with you guys. I went out with my friends to the beach one day, and we were trying to find food to eat at the beach. And so we went to Publix, and we're trying to find for food that's already made. Obviously, they have like fried chicken, they have like a bunch of food there. But somebody said, oh, let's get the sushi. The Publix sushi is like good when they make it fresh. So we walk over to the sushi, and the guy says, oh, it's all fresh. I just made it. So we're like, good to go. Obviously, there's like the fish ones and everything. And then I saw the artificial crab one that has just rice, avocado, cucumber. It's basically a California roll, just a simple California roll. And I said, okay, that's not that bad. It's imitation crab, which I know has eggs in it. But I mean, I said, it's not that bad. And, when you're out and you don't have too many options, you kind of just have to settle, I guess. And that's just me being honest. Maybe I could have possibly looked harder and found maybe just bought some fruit or something. But at that moment, I really didn't want to, think too hard about it. So I just kind of let that go. So I had my sushi at the beach. And I was like, okay, that's not bad. Do you want me to go or what? Okay, sorry. So, excuse me, let me just take another sip. Oh, no, she didn't. She just totally took that stop sign and almost ran me over. I'm telling you, don't mess with me when I'm driving, because you're not gonna like it. But that's not the point. So I don't want to make this too long for you guys, but basically I want to talk about how your friends react when you're a fake vegan, as they call you. And the reality is that it's a process, and they don't know it. But you don't just, you can go cold turkey. That's what I did. I just stopped eating meat completely. I just stopped everything. But the reality is, just because you stop eating doesn't mean you stop liking that food all of a sudden. You know the truth. You know how those animals are being treated. You know that it's not good for your body. But if you've been addicted to meat, eating double meat, protein all your life, it's not going to go away. Though that wanting a piece of steak or anything. That's the thing that your friends don't understand. So they want to call you a fake vegan. I went to this restaurant after the beach and I had the pasta. And I didn't realize that I had messed up twice. Like, I didn't just mess up one time, but I messed up twice because it was Alfredo. I didn't think about it. There was 2 pastas. There was the Alfredo and there was one with tomato basil. And I said, I'll just get the Alfredo and then I'll get the with no shrimp or chicken. It had shrimp and chicken. Well, I ordered and I forgot to say no chicken and no shrimp. And on top of that, I forgot that Alfredo was not vegan. So yes, you're saying, Jessica, that's super obvious. But honestly, number one, maybe deep down I did want the shrimp and the chicken and the Alfredo. I didn't want to think too hard on that it wasn't vegan. Or maybe my body, I don't know. I don't know what it was. But the point is that I don't understand why people are so harsh and judgmental with people that are transitioning. Like, then my friends were like, the next day I got like major like diarrhea, stomach indigestion. It was like really bad because my body's not used to that, obviously. And so my friends were laughing at me. They're like, you're such a fake vegan. That's what you wouldn't have these stomach issues if you would just stick to your vegan diet. And I thought it was a little bit messed up because why would you call me a fake vegan? You know what I'm saying? It's already, this process is already hard enough as it is. It is hard. It's not easy. I don't know who said it was going to be easy to just quit cold turkey. Just because something's the right thing to do and it doesn't make it easy. Everybody knows that. It's the right thing not to do drugs, but if you're a drug addict, it's not going to be easy. And as much as you advocate for being drug-free, you might slip up sometimes if you're a recovering drug addict. And that's the same way I put it. It's the same thing. You're a food addict, especially with the relationship that I had with food. If you guys watch my vegan story, you will know my relationship with food wasn't the greatest. I was kind of like a binge eater and that kind of stuff. So, it's not going to be easy. What somebody needs when they're making this type of transition is support. So I feel like you need to ask your family and friends for support. Obviously, this is not a time for you to be pushing veganism on people. This is a time when you just need to work on yourself. And I've realized that because in the beginning, obviously, I'm pretty sure I've heard this from a lot of vegans. The first week or two that you go vegan, you want the whole world to be vegan. You're angry at everything and everybody who eats meat, and you're just fed up with the world and the evil that is in it. And then as soon as you start getting those cravings for meat, that's when you start saying, damn, I'm human too, and I know why these people are eating meat. So that's when you stop judging people and you just do you and work on your transition and work on you becoming vegan and you overcoming that want for meat. So, I guess I understand why people say to wean off of meat, because I think it would be preferable to wean off it than to go cold turkey and then end up going back, which is one of my biggest fears. I don't want to have to go back because I quit cold turkey and I didn't do it the right way. So what I want to leave you guys with is ask your family and friends for support. During this period, if you're switching to being vegan, do not be pushy with people if you don't have your shit together. That's basically my biggest advice. If you don't have your shit together, don't be pushing people to can I go? Thanks. Don't be pushing people to be vegan if you're slipping up, you know, and I get that. But honestly, I want to ask my family, my friends for support. It's tough. It's a tough transition. It's not easy. But you don't need people kicking you when you're down while this is happening, you know. You don't need people calling you a fake vegan and laughing in your face because you had a piece of chicken or you had a shrimp, and then you had a stomach ache because your body's rejecting it. It's already hard enough to go through it, and you learn from your body. Your body's like, no. What are you doing? You finally took the crap out of your diet, and now you're going to try to put it back in? No. Your body says no, and it will kick you right in the ass when you do it. I'm telling you. So that's just what I want to leave you guys with. This is real vegan talk. This is the real situation. This is what really happens. Don't be ashamed if you're going through those things. If you're having small slip-ups, it's part of life, and it's part of your transition. Don't let anybody call you a fake vegan. Don't give up. I've been tempted to go vegetarian, to be like, okay, fine, I'm not vegan anymore, I'm vegetarian. But that is giving into it, because that's how you end up eating meat again. Because vegetarian to me is a very blurred line. There's pesco vegetarians, so I only eat fish. So you start eating fish and you start eating your eggs. But then maybe you want to put a little bit of ham on your eggs, and then I only eat ham, and then or turkey, and next thing you know you're eating chicken, and the next thing you're eating lean beef, and then next thing you know you're going back to eating meat. So I don't want to give into the whole vegetarian thing, because I don't believe in it. When I eat dairy, I feel bad now. I'm not gonna lie, my stomach wants to just explode. So I have to respect it. I have to respect what it's telling me. It's telling me, stop doing what you're doing. So basically, just work on yourself. Ask for the people around you to support you, not to be assholes. I'm sorry for the language, but it's true. They can be real assholes because they don't understand what you're going through. So it's okay. You have support. You're not the only one. I just want you guys to know that you're not the only one that is having a hard time transitioning to veganism. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. I love you guys. Bye.